Hi guys, welcome to All Things English with Teacher Leo. Today we are going to talk about prepositions of place, specifically the three fundamental ones: in, on, and at. You guys ready? Let's do this. In this lesson, you'll learn to say where something is in the correct way. Prepositions of place. So, what is a preposition of place? Well, a preposition of place is a word which helps to describe where something or somebody is. So just think preposition of place equals location. Actually, there are many prepositions of place in English, and each of them has their own specific use, but for now, let's start with the three basic ones. Once again, in, on, and at. So let's take a look at this example. I live at 368 Adams Street on the second floor in a 2-bedroom apartment. So how do we know which prepositions to use and when? Okay, why don't we start with the preposition in? We use the preposition in for an enclosed space or a space which is surrounded by boundaries. So guys, the best way to try to understand the preposition of place in is thinking of something that is inside or within a place, because the word within stresses that, for example, a particular person is not outside of the borders of a particular place. All right? I hope that helps. Let's move on. So let's start simply with small enclosed spaces and containers. For example, the keys are in my pocket. Your phone is in my bag. There's some milk in the fridge if you're thirsty. Now, it's kind of easy to think about all these examples as being inside something, because when you picture a pocket or a bag or a refrigerator in your mind, these are all containers. They're all vessels. There's a clear inside and a clear outside. Let's look at some more examples. A dog is in the backyard. The car is in the parking garage. Once again, with these examples, it's still pretty easy to see that these are enclosed spaces. The car is in the parking garage, which is inside the building, and the dog is in the backyard, and the backyard is within the perimeter of the house, right? Okay. Now, we also use in for towns, cities, and countries. For example, I was born in London, but I grew up in California, and now I live in Thailand. So, with these examples, all of these nouns may not be enclosed spaces. Actually, they're open spaces, but they're still spaces that you can be in and out of, right? Okay, guys, so the best way to try to understand the preposition of place, on, is to try to think of a surface, okay? And something on that surface. Could be a person, could be an animal, could be an object, okay? Let's move on. So the preposition on is used, once again, to talk about people, things, or animals that are supported by a surface of something else. For example, there's a cat on the bed. I'm so sorry, I spilled some milk on the floor. My iPad is on the table. Be careful, there's a bug on the windshield. Aw, shoot, there's a huge crack on my screen now. There's a big coffee stain on your shirt. I think you should clean that up. Wow, that's a beautiful ring on her finger. We also use the preposition of place on to talk about public transportation. Okay, for example, the passengers are on the plane, Captain. It's time to take off. Right now I'm on a bus going downtown. We need to get on that boat. It's about to depart. Okay, guys, have you noticed though, in English, we say, get in the car, but then say, get on the train. Now, both are describing being inside a space. So why don't we just use the preposition in? Okay, because there's a general rule. Okay, as a general rule in English, when we talk about public transportation, we use the preposition on. When we talk about private transportation, like a car or a truck that is for personal use, you say, oh, I'm getting in the car. I'm getting in the truck, right? Okay, now let's look at the preposition of place at. We use the preposition of place at for specific places or points in space. For example, if you're on vacation in a foreign country and you and your family want to go sightseeing, but you want to go sightseeing in different places or at different places. So you can say, let's meet up at the hotel entrance after sightseeing. Yep, and that's the hotel entrance right there. So within this general vicinity. The delivery guy is at the door, and there's a convenience store at the end of this street. We also use at for an exact address. An exact address is an address with the name of the street and the number of the residence or home. For example, Mr. Potter lives at 4 Privet Drive, Little Wing, Surrey. We also use at when talking about events. Special events, or events that celebrate special occasions. For example, I was at the concert last night. It was awesome. I was at their wedding yesterday. Oh wow, what a beautiful wedding. We also use at for venues or buildings where events or activities take place. For example, Jenny is at the library. This is a general statement, okay? Because she could be inside the library reading a book, or she could be outside the library hanging out with her friends. It's a general statement. But if we want to be very specific about where Jenny is inside the building, then we use the preposition of place in. So let's continue the story. Jenny's boyfriend Johnny goes downtown to meet up with Jenny. He goes to the building where the library is located. Johnny sees their friend Sarah outside the building. He asks Sarah, "Hi Sarah, have you seen Jenny?" Sarah says, "Yes, she's in the library on the second floor." So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you guys want to see more lessons every week, and click that like button if you enjoyed this particular lesson. Please also feel free to leave comments in the comment section below because I always check them out and I always reply. So have a nice day and see you guys next lesson.